I have a statement here. I'm toying whether to read it or not, because there are other things that I think need to be said outside of the statement. But anglers spend much time on our streams and value our streams as one of this Commonwealth's most valued resources. We do a lot to protect and improve water along the way. One of the comments I read in a book once by a man by the name of Gary Border, who is a preeminent fly fisherman. You may have seen him unknowingly in the rivers run through it. He was the guy doing a lot of the casting, he and his son. He made a comment once that 75% of the earth is covered by water. Much of that is either in polar ice caps or in the oceans and unusable. And I can't remember how he broke it down. There's a lot of water underground that we don't see, and that's just as important as what's on top of the surface. But the number I remember most is that there is something like 1/10,000th of 1% of the Earth's water. Think about that. 1/10,000th of 1% of the Earth's water is water that's clean and clear and spring-fed and able to hold trout habitat. So that's the pristine water that we're worried about. And you find a lot of it in the Marcellus Shale area. We met with people, representatives from the gas industry, and they talked good. We had a good conversation with them. Obviously, we were skeptical about some of the things that they said, but we are forming a partnership with them and highly support all of this in terms of the Marcellus Shale. Fly Fisherman Magazine is published actually here in Harrisburg. It has a tremendous couple of articles here on Marcellus Shale, written by the editor and by another man. I do have some copies of here, limited numbers of them that I can hand out, but it's available right now on the newsstand for $5. If I don't have a copy for you, I would encourage you to pick one up. So we most definitely believe that the severance tax is important. Again, for all the reasons that have been said here. Another important thing is, particularly with what the representatives have done with the split, is to help fund these agencies. Fish and Boat Commission right now is inundated with these permits. They have to sign off on these permits, and they don't really have the staff to handle it. Every permit that's issued also has to be signed off by the Fish and Boat Commission. So this is another way that we can help them deal with some of these things. Again, Trout Unlimited is very much in favor of the severance tax. We think it's very important to protect our environment, and we also are very concerned about the cuts that are being proposed for the environmental agencies here that are being considered now with the budgets. So with that, I thank you, and Dan?